Yo, 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 Mundo in the house. How's everybody Sunday going so far? It is Saber Talk Sunday. Welcome, welcome to all. Charlie is in the house as well. Welcome, Charlie. Gratitude, brother. Gratitude for you being here, my friend. So tonight's discussion is the cost of making blades if you choose to make your own. I find it very fascinating that there is such a plethora of ways that you can go about either making your blades or buying your blades. A lot of different places to go and purchase blades as well, right? Now, when it comes to blade buying, blade purchasing, and parts are for blades and everything, the obvious choice is depending on where you like to go is like for me is the custom saber shop, right? But then again, you got to shop around as well. I mean, don't just stick to one place, but shop around and see what you like. There's so many different places that you can go to that you can get parts and different pieces for making a blade, right? As well as your LED strips. One component. Just one component, which is your LED strips, right? Which is the main brain. Well, everybody knows that the main brain is the board. So you gotta have a board in order for your blade to work, right? Everybody is aware of that. Oh, at least I hope. Now, for those people that don't know, that are new to the hobby coming in, where to start, where to begin, well, you come to the right channel, my friend. If you stop by and you listen and, just take some of this advice. I'm not saying that I know everything because by no means am I expert or anything. I don't know everything. I myself have just really gotten to some of the nitty gritty in this. So there's a lot more people that are way more skilled than I am. There's a lot more people who have been doing this a lot longer than I am. And by no means, you can take the information for what it is, look it up yourself, go to different websites to buy your stuff, go to different things to even um, purchase your parts. Like I said, there's different places, like KR Sabers, Saber Bay, the Custom Saber Shop. You can go to Etsy and check out all the different sellers of different parts. You can go to a whole lot of different places and purchase each part the way you want to purchase it. Reese, what up, brother? What up? How you doing, my friend? If you're there at Anthony's, man, see if he'll put you into the show. I mean, he has control of bringing you in. So if you want to come in, come on in, dude. It'll be it's pretty kind of awesome, man, to have you here, man. Much appreciated. And I know Anthony, yeah, Anthony's such a cool cat, man. I love Anthony to death. So I'm glad you're his apprentice, dude. I'm glad you're his apprentice. That's pretty awesome. Charlie's all woohoo. So now, Reese, I wanted to say, man, you did pretty good on your first video, dude. And I look forward to seeing you more on videos and then, coming into the show and everything like that. So, oh, you're not at his place right now? Okay. Well, that's fine. Not a problem. If you, next show, let me know if you want to come on and I'll, just give me your, either your email or send me a text and I will go ahead and send you the link to the show so I can have you come on. Okay. Felicia's in the house. What up, Felicia? Now, I gifted Felicia a saber from, when I won the contest of Anthony was we had to find some sabers in the comic book and I won and so Felicia, got that saber, and I was very happy that she received it because it looks like an awesome saber, and I'm sure it is. And she's supposed to be making sure she puts a lot of smiles on kids and different people's faces with this saber. So, Charlie, no, no rock star, bro, no rock star. Maybe one of these days, but not anytime soon. So, um, so there's gonna I really think that this is gonna be, like I said, a good show tonight, because simply because, oh, you're welcome, Felicia. I really hope you enjoy it and play with it a lot and all that stuff. Mainly make your kids smile with it as well. I mean, you know, I've been very fortunate. I have all of these up here that need to get done and stuff like that. And I've been blessed with having been able to get some. So yeah, it was cool. It's love, all love, mama. So let's get into the discussion, though. I mean, there's all kinds of pieces and things that you can get in sections. A blade, basically, building a blade, you have to build it in sections, really, because it's like a big ass puzzle, right? It's like a big ass puzzle. So you got to make sure that you get each individual piece and start, somewhere on the blade, and then work your way up to the point where you able to test it and turn it on. Now, Anthony, he goes ahead and he tests every point and everything every step of the way. That's why his blades are so freaking awesome, because he tests like nobody's business. I mean, test, 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 test. You know, all the way up until he even lights it up. And then even after he lights it up, he still tests some more before he makes sure that it's good to go. So, and I'm gonna take a lot of the cost of the pieces and the parts from the custom saber shop. Now, again, a lot of these parts and pieces, their prices are gonna vary depending on where you go to get your parts, right? So, and again, like I said, most of the pricing that I'm gonna tell you all about tonight is mainly going to be pricing from the custom saber shop, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be the same price as, let's say, Etsy's, like um Solos and Benji's and all of these other guys that have their Etsy stores and stuff like that, right? Their pricing could be a little different. CC Sabers, their let me see here. Ah, here we go. So their pins, their pixel pins, right? These right here. These were $5, right? These were $5, just like this, on their website. So that, like I said, and the custom saber shops, theirs run about 15, right? Okay. So, and this is not including shipping. So a lot of times when people are looking at pricing as well, you want to make sure that you take into account to where you live and how much that pricing for the shipping is going to be. You see the price. Oh, okay. So the LEDs, so the LED pins, just like these, right? The PCBs, you say, okay, well, these are $5. Great. They're $5. So you go and you purchase the deal. But then you see, okay, it was $5, but why is my checkout like 18 something when it was only $5? Well, depending on where you live, you got to make sure you have your tax and your shipping cost. So sometimes, and I'm not sure if it's all people. I mean, it's not all people, but mostly the ones that are just starting out. They're like, "Oh, you said it was this much." No, you got to take the shipping costs in account for everything that you get, right? So if you're on a budget like I am and you got to save your money for your parts, So always keep that in mind, right? Always make sure that you keep your shipping cost for your area in mind. So when you buy your part from a specific area, let's say you went and bought the CC's pins and your shipping cost turns out to be 12 bucks, okay? So you're going to make sure that you have the 12 bucks plus the 5 bucks for just that one set of that one PCB, okay? Um, and so let's say you have a budget of 400 bucks for your saber. Well, Mike, you have to include, like I said, and I can't stress this enough because sometimes, um, and this is for somebody actually who wants to build their blades and stuff like that as well, right? To build their sabers and stuff like that. Now, it's a different cost altogether if you decide you want to go ahead and buy the blades themselves. Um, and like I said, I'll take an account for the blade build. Let's see here. Okay, so if you go to the custom saber shop, the KR Saber Blade Builders bundle is $107.09 plus shipping, right? So depending on what you decide to get, it could be 107, it could be 105, depending. If you go to the custom saber shop, they'll give you the pricing for that little bundle there. Okay. Now you can choose to buy each individual part, or because if you want to stretch it out, let's say you don't have the $107 plus the shipping at that moment in time. Well, you can do one or two things. One, you can slowly purchase different parts here and there, to make it easier on your pocket. Or two, you can go ahead and save your money, and then till you get to the how much money you need, and then purchase it then and there. Um, Now, again, depending on who you let me reverse that, okay? Depending on what you wish to do. And if you wish to build your own blade, you can go that route. And if you wish to buy your own blade, then you're gonna have it a lot quicker and a lot sooner. So it's really up to the person who wants to do, you know, whether they want to build it or whether they uh want to purchase the whole thing already so they don't have to do that. And more or less than none, I kind of find out that basically building the blade is just slightly cheaper than purchasing one that's already built. But for me, it's really relaxing to go ahead and build my own because I enjoy the soldering and stuff like that as well. And Reese, did you enjoy building some of those blades? I know you probably built a few of them, right? Already. Um, did you enjoy building some of those blades? What was your favorite part of building the blades? Was it lighting it up? Was it soldering the everything together? Was it just different things in general? I love building all of them. Cool, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know for you, but for me, it's pretty relaxing, right? Now, one of my blades that's kind of, messed up a little bit. I'm kind of working on it right now. So if you see the LED strip right here, I kind of cut it where I think some of the bad LED was burnt. So I'm going to try this. But of course, it's a little bit shorter. So we'll see how that's going to turn out when I get it worked on. Now, I connected a few other little pieces like this, and it didn't work right. It didn't work. So, yeah. After soldering, when I lit them up for the first, oh, that is the most awesome feeling in the world, right? Once you get it set in motion and then you light it up and it goes, like you're like that feeling. It never goes away when you light them up like that. All right, so let's get into some other parts here. So we, of course, we're gonna put down, the little target PCB right here. So this is, the blade side PCB right here. Um, and I've got it by, I haven't finished putting on my little deals yet there. I haven't finished soldering all the wires on there, but got a couple more to put on. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. And blade side PCBs, you're looking probably at anywhere from $4 to $6, right? Just depends on what you get and all of these different things. So, and of course, you got to have the blade tube, right? And the parabolic tip. I'm not gonna take the tip off, but anybody who's been on the website there, you can see it for yourself and everything. The polycarbonate, this a trans white 1 inch blade tube right here. And now, depending on where you get your strip LEDs from, can vary in price. I end up getting Anthony, he gets his from Adafruit and he gets the best of the best. So understandably, that's why, Anthony charges for what he gets on his blades, because when you get the best of the best, man, you got, you know, you're getting what you pay for, pretty much. Best top of the line stuff from Adafruit. Now, Adafruit is the entity, excuse me, and the business that coined the term NeoPixel. NeoPixel is their baby, right? So when you refer to NeoPixels, you cannot afford to not mention Adafruit because Adafruit is the very first entity that came up with NeoPixels. So cheers to Adafruit. And she's such a lovely person too. She's kind of cool. I watch a lot of her vids on different products that she has and stuff like that. And they have some amazing stuff on there. Amazing stuff. And I noticed that they do a lot of stuff with the different components and the different sizes of LEDs, and uh, it is just amazing how and even boards that they have is just amazing as well, right? So again, then you have your PCB connectors and adapters and so forth, right? So you know that. And I'm not going to push this all the way in, but everybody who has built a blade, knows that the connector goes in like that. And then once you get it connected up to the LED strips, and it goes, and then of course, you got to have the foam as well. Foam from the Custom Saber Shop. I'm using just small pieces so I can show you guys very quickly what each component is, so to speak. And then once you get all of that together and so forth like that, right? You got your phone. Now, I'm also almost forgetting to mention um, the there's many things of diffusion that you can use, many different ways of diffusing, which is one is the foam, right? And then I believe Anthony likes to sand his blades as well for some extra diffusion. You can do many different things on that, as well as the diffuser nylon tubes. I think they're nylon, right? Diffuser nylon tubes. And that'll run you about $4 or so. So, depending on how much diffusion that you make within your blades, uh, again, everybody's different. And I want to reiterate that each cost of each thing is going to depend from where you get it, how much diffusion you're going to use, and so forth as well, right? So the cost of making a blade is basically depending on that person's budget as well as how well of a blade you wanted to come out. Now, when it comes to LED strips, of course, like I said, I myself is on a budget. I ordered mine from Amazon, and there is nothing wrong with ordering, LEDs from different places, and depending on who has what and who has, what they're willing to do for, LEDs for the blade. Now, there's some places that, might be a little sketchy, so you might want to make sure that you go to reputable places in order for you to have a great looking blade. Uh, Now, also, you need some shrink tubing, and Anthony does an awesome job in his videos of explaining that shrink tubing, will pretty much keep the LEDs together pretty good. Um, and plus, it keeps them from getting whacked around so hard that if you bump your blade, you drop your blade, it's not gonna knock the crap out of them so bad that it'll kill all the LEDs in there and so forth, right? Now, if you choose to dual with your blades, that's a different story entirely because at that point in time, you're putting a lot of force onto in your blade. JT's in the house. What up, JT? Lovecraft. So again, depending on where you want to go for your things, like I said, the cost associated with these things greatly depends on your budget. Now, again, like I said, I ordered my LEDs from Amazon. This is what I could afford at the time, and and I may just go ahead and order some more pretty soon, hopefully, and work on another blade if I can't get this one going. But I'm gonna see if I can get this one going tonight, and hopefully it'll work. But if it does, then I might have to shorten this blade a little bit because I am down 4 LEDs. So we'll see how it comes out, just depending. I have to definitely shorten up a little bit more my foam. The longer foam is inside, so we'll see how that turns out. My Star-Lord killer armor is almost done. Oh, JT, dude, that is awesome. I can't wait to see it, my friend. I am so curious about it, man. How are you doing? Last time you were in the hospital, dude, or something. You were sick, man. I'm glad you're doing a lot better. I am glad you're doing a lot better, dude. I was praying for you. So in the blade side PCB, you're looking at about $4.50, right? Let's go ahead and then, like I said, on the strips, on the LED strips, they're gonna vary. Like, so I think the ones that I got from Amazon were probably about 15, 16 a piece for the 144 set strips, right? And I end up probably spending about $30 for the strips. And then of course the shrink tubing is probably another 4.50, $5 at this place that called Altex that I go to, which is a computer store, computer electronics and all that stuff. And like I said, there's various places that you can go to. I mean, you don't have to stick around with just one place. Now, it is good sometimes to have a one-stop shop place, but when you kind of do that, you kind of limit yourself to that you may end up finding the same kind of component for a little bit less, right? You threw him a Senzu bean Dragon Ball reference glove. Go for it, go Charlie. Charlie's the master. He's gonna call the dragon from DBZ. We're gonna get. We might need some gadgets from Boma so that we can find all of the uh all of the Dragon Balls. We get Shinrin to come out, right? Grant us all some sabers. Now, again, the parabolic tube tips, right? It'll cost you about 550. Darth Shenron. There you go. Now, depending if you want to make a blade plug for yourself as well, right? Now, if you're going to use a blade plug, then you use some of the blade stock. It when you're making your own blade and you have some blade stock left over, I mean, and if you order from the custom saber shop, if you want your cut pieces of the blade, make sure that you tell the custom saber shop that, because that way you can get your cut piece and they can send it to you and you can use that as your and you can make yourself your your blade plug. Otherwise, you order a 40-inch blade over there and then cut your own blade tube, then you have your own stock to cut however much you want for your blade. Uh, uh, and my blade. Here, no, your blade plug. Right, my brain's going kind of wonky here. So now your foam tubes again are gonna cost you, and I'm talking these things here. These are gonna cost you around $7, right? So and depending again, whether you order from the custom saber shop or not, like I said, this is from CC Sabers, and this was $5. Now, if you order one of these from the custom saber shop, I think it's the NeoPixel 3 V3. They run you about 1550 with short pins, right? Well, depending if you want long pins or short pins. Oh my God, Mundo, a fellow DBZ fan. Yeah, definitely, dude. I got almost all the episodes on my laptop, man. I think I got all of them up to oh gosh, I'd have to look at my deal and see how much I actually have of the DBZ series. I got quite a bit. It was hard to track down those seven Dragon Ball Zs. I even didn't wish for immortality. It was tempting, but laugh out loud. Health came first. There, Charlie. That's pretty funny, dude. That's awesome, though. Yeah, you wish for stuff like that. Shenron definitely is not gonna say no. Selfish reasons. He may change his mind on things, but when you do it for others, man, nah, you got your wish granted. Easy. Um, so let's see. Like I said, on the going back to the strips, right? Now, again, depending on where you go and which company you go with on strips. Now, um, some new strips just came out, and Meg2 Sid just showed that he had a blade with the new Sabertech ones, right? That is new Sabertech strip, and I think those I saw the price on those was about $89. So, but with you're looking at probably close to $100, depending on where you're at from. Um, Depending on where you're at, your shipping costs gonna really kind of skyrocket. So for $89, I mean, but they look damn cool too, though. Um, and then the KR Sabers, right? LED strips. Those all together, depending, like I said, depending on what you're going with, is going to determine, the amount of money that you're going to spend on for making your blade and the pieces as well. Now, if you are just starting out and you are, of course, acquiring all the tools, everything that you need to make your blades, you're acquiring everything that you need to, let's say, your soldering iron, you are acquiring, stuff to clean your soldering iron, tools. Well, you have to account for all of that cost as well, and it doesn't have to be done like all in one day or anything like that. Depending on how fast you want to get through things too, as well. So, but if like I said, if you're a newbie and you're just starting out, check all the different sites. Make sure you check all the different prices and stuff like that. Check the reviews. Make sure that they look good because you might have some stuff that uh people will say, "Oh yeah, this is good, this is good, this is good," and then it's total crap. So make sure you check reputable places, right? And again, um, I'm gonna go off besides the blade, but I'm gonna talk a little bit, but on speakers here. Now, I bought some speakers from Amazon, and they are nothing compared to Solos. Uh, Albert's place, right? I mean, Albert just, my God, Smugglers, you just kill it. I mean, their speakers are just absolutely freaking amazing. Um, I have tried a lot of speakers from different places, and recently the ones that I got from Amazon just they get killed too quickly. They're just like total crap. So again, depending on where you go for things depends on the quality of stuff as well. Uh, uh, Charlie, I think we need a DBZ blade, right? We need to get a Shenron blade so we can get we'll have a blade with Shenron all along the blade right here. I wonder who's gonna do that after I mention it. Because I won't do it, but man, can you think of the possibilities with it, right? Have Shenron just run all the way up there. Probably not Shenron being too green, but maybe like a light shade of green. So when the darker shade of green comes out, and you have maybe some shading within his scales and stuff. Oh yeah. JT, Love Outpost, and has loudspeakers. Yes, definitely for sure, JT. Yeah, really. Yeah, I tell you, collectors collectors outpost is just amazing. John is just super super amazing in all of his reviews, all of his knowledge. A true Jedi in his own self, because or if he's a Sith, but I think he's a Jedi by heart. So just an amazing channel, and thank you guys. I mean, I really appreciate you guys being here and watching the channel and hanging out with me. It really means a lot. Like I said, by no means am I even close to the type of knowledge and the type of expertise that Anthony has or anything like that. I'm just my way of doing things, and I try to make sure that I emulate what Anthony would appreciate me doing within the channel. So, um, you know, uh, I try to have it where everybody can come in, have some fun, gain some knowledge. Charlie, I would fund that Shenron Saber. And that Christmas story saver. Okay, Charlie, I'll try to work on the Christmas story saber, but no promises, man. But it might be a good long while, dude. I've got all of these to take care of first, and then we'll see about maybe trying it out. But who knows? Maybe along the way, I might get a wild hair up my ass and attempt it. Yeah, a Christmas story saber. I'm already gonna try to do. I've got my neighbor in. I mean, he's not gonna do it for me yet, but I'm gonna try to get my neighbor to print some things Godzilla wise for me because I do intend to make a Godzilla themed saber, and I already have it in my head how I want it, and I need just to find that perfect Godzilla font, and boom, it'll be. I don't think I'm gonna have too many fonts on that one particular saber, so I might just have maybe two or three fonts on it, and that's it. So, but the things that I want to 3D print out and the way I want it set in my brain, I think it'll be looking pretty damn cool, right? Now, going back to some of these parts. Now, depending on the kind of board you use, so we know that you know a blade is not gonna work without a saber, and the saber's not gonna work without the board. You have to have make sure that you have your SD cards, right? Make sure you have your board, whatever board you use, right? Currently, I'm using the Golden Harvest in the Roy Boy, and I'll probably turn on the Roy Boy tonight for just a little bit, not very much, but um, a Polar Express saber that may feel good. That's my feel good movie. Oh my God, Polar Express. Felicia, I don't know about Polar Express, Mama, but I can shall probably try to get a Sub Zero saber because I already have I already have the F-16, which I got to finish up. I haven't even finished it, and uh, I got to figure out what's going on with it. But I got to order a new board for it as well. But yeah, I consider this Scorpion's saber because I mean, black and gold. That is Scorpions, and it's even got this part. I know it's an F-16, but if you really, really think about it, this could be like the Scorpion's tail right here, right? So, yeah. After my father's memory saber, this one's next. Get this one done, and then after this one, I think I'll do the Vader. And after Vader, I will probably do, eh, depending, depending. Um, hmm. Oh, yeah, and I still have to do my Evo Flex as well. But I'm in. Oh yeah, I gotta have a Mortal Kombat saber. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna order a second F-16, but I want to get it tricked out like it's iced over, so to speak. So I don't know if I want to get um spray painted. I want to get it. Uh, I don't know. I do know that I want to get it looking like it's iced over and cracks in the ice. So I will put that as the Sub-Zero's, uh, and it's gonna be black and I think what his colors were blue and black. So the blue and black F-16 I will get, and that will be Sub-Zero's saber, right? And then I will find some Mortal Kombat fonts to go with that. And that way I will have both of both Sub-Zero and Scorpion's hilts. And then what I plan on doing also is to get a printout, a 3D printed medallion of the Mortal Kombat insignia, and have it set up where I'll have the two sabers like this, and I'll have Scorpion and Sub-Zero situated together, facing each other, and maybe some plaques that say Scorpion and Sub-Zero on there. It'll be kind of cool. The way I picture how I want to do it. It'll be kind of cool, man. Be kind of cool. Um, don't know if I want the LEDs in the hilt, or I just want to have the blades. So I'm not sure. how I might do it, but yeah, it's up in here right now. I got so many ideas. I'm gonna have to start writing all my ideas down, like I did. And see, what's really good is with the pricing of your blade stock and your blade components and everything. If you write them down, if you write your stuff down, you kind of get an idea of what you're going to pay to buy all the components of your blade versus just buying it straight out. So it may be to the point where the cost of making the blade is the same as buying the blade, and you might want to just do that. Now that excludes it could exclude the shipping cost, but then again, it may not, right? Charlie, because I can listen to this for hours of my fanboy hearing out Scorpion and Sub Zero. I love it, Charlie. Love it, man. That's for future goals, man. Future goals, Charlie. Future goals. Hopefully, I can get that done. Now, but like I said, right now, getting my stuff together and make sure that I can do some good quality work. I know you guys saw, you know, um, Roy Boy 2.0 working the way it should work, and that really, is just an awesome saber. Now we're gonna get to working on the balance pretty soon. Uh, but before I start working on the balance, I gotta make sure that I get the blade going first. Now, if I can't get the blade going, then I'm gonna have to order some more strips and then make a whole new blade. Which means I won't have to worry about cutting my blade stock here. It's already cut, and all I have to do is just get some new LED strips, and then cut the LED strips accordingly and get that done. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I have a good blade done by next show. We'll see. And the other blades that I have, I'll probably send those to Anthony when I can. Yeah, been pretty busy lately, but we'll see how everything goes. See if I can't fix this blade first, and then uh, well, and the reasoning behind I'm not sending the blades to Anthony just yet either is because the Golden Harvest um may not work with all the blades LEDs that I have in those blades. So um with the CFX that's going into the balance, maybe that board can push all of those LEDs and work properly. So once I get the balance done, um, then we're gonna see. Oh, Reese, absolutely, dude. Absolutely, man. I would be honored for you to make me one, man. I would be absolutely honored, dude. I would. Um, like I said, I've made one blade. And I intend to make more. And eventually, I'm going to attempt a TriStar, Dual Star, and Omega Star, and all of the good stuff. 144 is the max on the Golden Harvest. Yeah, I know that. And the red one that Anthony sent me, I'm not sure how many LEDs are in that one. It's completely dead, but like I said, once I do the CFX, I'll see if that blade works, and if that blade doesn't work, then I know that the LEDs are no good in that one there, and I may have to send that one out back out to Anthony. But again, you know, and for those of you who are trying to learn to do the TriStar and so forth, Anthony has a really good video on making your TriStar video. And I watched it the other day, and I'm still like in awe with everything that goes into it. Now, again, you got your different diffusers, right? So, like I said, you have the nylon. tube in there. You got your foam tubing, and then Anthony likes to sand down the blades, but also for some of those people who also use the shrink wrap paper, right? So the shrink wrap you can get over there at Michael's. Like I got my tube of shrink wrap from Michael's for $10. I didn't get it offline. So, depending on where you go, you can get some pieces of stuff. You got a new TriStar video coming out soon on how to make it. Oh yeah, Anthony was telling me that there's a new way of making the TriStars. So, um, because like I said, Reese, I texted him the other day when the last show when I did a tribute to Harris, right? And I was telling them about it that you know um, about the TriStar stuff that I want to attempt a little bit later on when I get a little bit better of making blades myself. Like I said, this was my first one, my first attempt. So, and I got it working for a good long while now. Like I said, I'm hoping to see if when I cut those other LEDs out this way and attempt it and see if maybe there's some more bad LEDs along this, you know, this strip here. Now, if there's any more bad LEDs within this thing, then I can go ahead and I'll order some new strips and go ahead and redo the strips, redo the blade itself completely. So we'll see how that turns out. And again, the cost is for making another blade, since I already have most of the components, there might be just a little bit slightly lower, piece of funds going out. So simply, let's see, for the strips, maybe about another $40. For the so for the foam, 7, 12, and yeah, probably about another, maybe about $60 for components for a whole new blade. Just depending on what I need. Because like I said, there's a lot of stuff I already have. And of course, the cost of the wires, the cost of, your pieces that go along with making the blade, you have to take an account for everything. I mean, each little component has its price, and each little component determines the cost of the entire blade itself. So you want to make sure that you add all of the pricing for it. And like I said, you can determine. Meg, the quantum is 131. Oh, see? Thank you for that, Meg. And I'm so glad you put that video out, man. I watched it and I was like, dude, it is pretty awesome. It looks pretty good, dude. Um, it looks pretty awesome. Hopefully one of these days I can acquire one. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But for right now, strips like this on Amazon might just do for now. Just for just for now. uh, but yeah, dude. Uh, like I said, depending on your components, and once you add up all of the costs for everything, is it worth buying one that's already built or is it worth buying all the components? Again, that depends on the person, on what you want to do. Um, you know, whether you enjoy working on it and getting it together yourself, and or whether you buy a blade from a place, a reputable place, is going to depend on what you do with things. Like I said, for me, and Meg, when you're making blades and stuff, do you enjoy the whole process, or is there a specific process within the blade making that you enjoyed more of? Like, is it? turning on the blades? Is it wiring up the blades? Is it the whole process? Pixels, 89 strip, 15 tube, and 6 tip. Hmm. Yeah, 110 books. That's around that. See, that's oh wow. See that? There you go. The whole thing. See, I enjoy it too, and that's what I want. That's what I want. Some of the new people that actually end up watching the channel will find out that are they gonna love it? When they're just starting out, they got to decide for themselves what they do, what they want to do. And it took you 5 minutes to wire it. Wow, that was a pretty short amount of time just to wire it. That's pretty damn good. 5 minutes. Well, yeah, because you don't have to put anything together really, right? You just made you just really wire it to the PCB stuff and then put all your diffusion into it and everything. 5 minutes just to put the wires on there and go to town. Now, I have to admit that hearing that it takes that long, I mean, it really doesn't take that long to wire these things up. But um, the most important part is make sure you test every part of the way and stuff like that. Make sure you got continuity with everything. And if you don't, then you need to see what's not working, what is working. Use a multimeter. But being Tom, you kill me, dude. Tom's great. You doing a show tomorrow, Tom? Are you doing a show tomorrow night? Ships take a lot longer. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I bet. And have you done the KR strips? And I'm pretty sure you've done the KR strips, right? Now, and they take more abuse. Yeah, really. The quantum ones? No show Monday. Okay. All right. Yeah, and I enjoy the fact that I'm doing the show on Sundays now because I'm not so rushed to do it. So and another reason why is like I loved watching you on Monday. So is it a little bit stressful for you to do the show on a Monday? Do you have to rush to do some things to get set up and all that? Yeah, a pre-built stick. Oh, okay, similar to the KR. Now, are the KRs? What do you like those as opposed to the KRs? Um, or I know it's much easier to wire those than the KR. Now, in terms so and then this strips takes a lot longer because you have to put them, make sure they stay straight and all that stuff, right? So um my work is not good, right? Oh, I got it. Well, okay. So yeah, man, I really wanted to because I when I told Anthony, I said I love your show so much that I didn't want to miss it on Mondays. So I told Anthony, dude, I want to, since Meg is trying to come back at his time on Monday, I want to get him back to his time slot, and so I can watch him too. The new stakes for speed to build an appearance. Do you think they are dual worthy strips, Meg? Or are they more or less just show strips? And that's another thing, guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you are considering your blades consider whether you're going to use them for shows or you're going to use them for, your fighting, all kinds of different things. But if you're wanting a blade to take links, you need strips. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, I agree that you know, if you're gonna bash things with your blades, then buy the cheap stuff, man. And especially, like I said, stuff like this that's off of Amazon, you cost you $30, right? Probably about $30, for the strips, and you can duel with them and whatever, and whack them and all that stuff. And it's doable to, if they go bad, for you to replace the strips and remake your blade, for a lot cheaper cost, right? Pixel strips and dual and contact. Yeah. So again, you need to consider what you want to do with your blades. Like I said, whether you're going to duel, you're going to bash things, you're going to go to shows. Um, you might even use two different kinds of blades. You use the one blade for dueling and the other blade for show. Like, um, for me, uh, if when I attempt to build a TriStar, the TriStar would go to shows. Nowhere near will I ever have it dueling or whatever have you, right? Uh, Charlie says, Mundo, oh, here, have a great rest of the day. Gotta head out. Okay, Charlie, have a good night, my friend. Respect. Have a good night. Thank you. You're amazing, dude, for coming on here. Oh, not a wizard, bro. Not a wizard, but I will one day get there. One day. Megtooth is the wizard. He been doing it way longer than I have, man. Way longer. And believe me, you guys can learn from Megtooth too. A lot. Um, so KR Pixel Stick and SaberTech Quantum are show blades, not made for contact because pixels are mounted on a hard PCB that is not flexible. Okay, not flexible. Ah, see, and I did not read up on that, Meg, so I'm glad you told me. And the people that are going to be watching this, I hope you read that too, so that if you decide that you want to get those quantum sticks, then understand that it's going to be a show blade or basically a showpiece blade and nothing more than that. That blade is more like a shelf queen blade. Now, see, for me, and you have to, how many ums can I get in this in this show? Hey, Reese, I need an meter. I did that one today, but let's see if Anthony will put an meter for me next show. I gotta laugh at myself, dude, Reese. I mean, I do the same thing, and I've been doing the show for a little bit, and I tell you, I still do. And yeah, sound like a damn caveman. But you gotta make sure that you make fun of yourself too. If you don't make fun of yourself, you can't make fun of others, dude. But it's all respect and love, all respect and love, and I highly respect Tom Megtooth. Um, Anthony, and everybody else. And I really appreciate all of the people that come and hang out with me because it really is fun. And I want to make this place, I want to make this channel fun for everybody to come into and talk sabers, right? We're here to have a good time, have a drink. Let's talk all of this stuff. I purposely made fun of myself to make that video more fun. You did, dude. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I really did. So, your true intention, man, that is perfectly awesome, dude. I mean, like I said, and I told Anthony, you did an awesome job on your first video. And he says, "Yeah, man, I want to get him to meet you and all this stuff." It was really cool to see that. It was really cool, and I really enjoyed the fact that you showed the lamp saber and the regular length of blade on both sabers. That was really cool. That was really cool. And again, and I'm mentioning that, Reese. Thank you so much, because the length of the blade as well will determine a cost for you as well. So like Anthony, he does the short lamp saber blades, right? Again, your cost of the lamp sabers, you can make two or three lamp sabers for the same cost as a regular length of blade. So you, like I said, you're your own master and destiny of your blade making stuff. Cost of your components. Well, again, and the reason why I repeat myself, and it's not just for the people, it's not for the people that are here with me on, hanging out with me at the show. This is more or less for the newbies that come in and watch this video, so that when I repeat myself, you kind of get a sense and an idea. And I know everybody's smart and everything. But some people, and I've seen this time and again on different channels, is that one person kept saying things over and over again, and you still had people that the same person actually that would ask the same question over and over again. And I don't mind repeating myself because I repeat myself for my job 100,000 times. And if it really helps people to understand things, um, if it really helps people to understand things, because maybe the first time they were listening to it, but they had, dog barking, cats barking, siblings coming in yelling, and they didn't hear it, and they got to go back to it. Well, guess what? They watched the whole video, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't hear that." Well, now later on down the video, you heard it again. So again, this is for all the new people that would like the advice, would like, you know the information out there, and this is such a great hobby, and such awesome people to hang out with, and to talk sabers, and especially if you're a Star Wars fan, right? As a matter of fact, I met two employees at Home Depot when I went to go get some stuff over there. They were um they were Star Wars fans, and when I showed them the Roy Boy 2.0 video, on how it came out, they're like, "Oh snap!" They were like, "That's cool." And I enjoy seeing, the facial expressions where they're like, like, "Yeah, you two can do this." I mean, hell, if I can do it, I know you guys can do it. There's no reason why you can't do it. And I had a lot of help. I have to admit, I had a lot of help, and there is a lot of help out there, and there's a lot of information, a lot of help, and go after it. Get your blade done. Get your blades done, man. And again, equal up the cost of how much each component is going to cost, and decide whether you want to build it or decide whether you're going to buy it already made. Now, the and what's up? In the house. You have to decide for yourself whether the cost for making it, if that's what you want to do, or the cost for buying it. Now, again, the upside to buying it is that you don't have all the components are already in it, the work's done for you, it's going to come. Now, the cons for that is you don't know where the components have come from, you don't know what's in it, you don't know what kind of strips are in there, whether they're going to be good, bad, mediocre, what have you will. You don't know what kind of wiring they're going to have into it, whether they did a good job, they did a shitty job. I mean, it just depends on if you go to a reputable place, right? Like Bader's Vault, like, you know, there's different companies that will do it. So each individual company, each individual place, like I said, will have their own cost on their blades. And make sure that, if it's the reputable place, then um, Make sure you associate that cost with what's in it, right? Like I said, you could go to a place that has junky parts, junky things, get your blade. The blade works one or two times, and then it never works again. So again, or then again, maybe you go to an Etsy or you go to some shady place and they offer you a blade for 60, 40 bucks. Oh, okay. Well, you get the blade and the blade doesn't even work when you get it. So, you know, like I said, there are different things. If you don't go to reputable places, you don't know. Then on the upside of you building it yourself, you know the exact cost of every component. You have all the components yourself. You know exactly how to do things because there's a lot of videos on how to make your own blade, and especially MakeTooth has a wonderful video on doing a blade. Uh, you know, there's other. I mean, another pro is that you yourself have that sense of accomplishment when you finish that blade. I look for that sense of accomplishment when I did this blade, and I intend to adhere to that sense of accomplishment again, fixing this blade up. If anything goes wrong, then yeah, I'll order some more components and make sure that I redo the blade and again reiterate that sense of accomplishment with it that goes along with it. Um, and I tell you that feeling that you get in making those blades. Woo, every maker will tell you that it is such an awesome feeling. Yeah. So if you have the time, make your blade. You have, you don't have that much time, go to a reputable place, buy one, right? And I tell you, but the journey is a lot fun. It's a lot of fun, regardless. I can't wait to make another blade, get this one going and make another blade because uh I can't wait to test out, the balance when I get it finished. So, and I'll be working on the balance tonight. I'm not sure if I'm going to open the board up yet or not, but first I need to find my little strip that will house my little. Mm, I found some buttons. And remember last show, I think I was talking about salvaging pieces, right? On one of the shows. And I did tell you all last show that I salvaged these buttons. Come on. I salvaged these buttons right here because they are gonna go into here. You see that little groove down in there? Yeah. One of these is gonna go in there, and I'm gonna put some buttons, and I'm gonna get some magnetic little magnets to go on there, and then try to get my button system going first. So before I really work on any of the wiring or anything like that, I need to make sure that I can get my buttons situated with the wires and then see how far the wires will go to get to the board and go from there. And then then I can work on everything else on here. Now I've already got the speaker for it, and I think, let me see. I think I already got my speaker on there. Let me see. I will show. Yep, already. Speaker's right there. Damn. I wasn't sure of myself, but I am now. I was pretty sure that I did put a speaker on there already because I wanted it set and done. Now, I didn't want to, but I had like a little happy accident. And let me see if I can. You probably can't see it. Uh, if I can get it close enough. Ah, here we go. Just a slight little gouge right here. And I wasn't trying to, but it's like a cool little, like I hit, another blade with it right here. And so that was kind of like a little battle scar accident happy for me. Yeah, I don't want to keep it too pristine, but it wasn't too bad of a little gouge right there. So it'll work. And I don't want to dirty it out too much because just a little bit will go a long way. So we'll see how I'm going to do that after I get it wired up and everything. So I may put a little dinge to the parts. We'll see how that'll come out. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. And how's your week so far, my friend? Are you getting ready to have a good week? Ooh, I love the info on here, and I'm newer to the hobby. Well, and see, and I appreciate you coming on, dude. And I am very much appreciative that you enjoy my content. My information. Again, um, I come in here with the thought that for all the people that come in and check the video out, something that they may not know, and and I'm pretty sure like all of the older people that have been in the business a lot longer, the hobby, excuse me, a lot longer than I have, they know all this stuff already. I'm not telling them anything new. But for people such as yourself that enjoy the information, that's what I look forward to in helping people such as yourself, right? Just came back from camping with the family. Oh, dude, that is awesome. Camping. Love it. Yeah, camping is always cool, man. I've got a ranch, and I stay at my ranch sometimes during the hunting season, so pretty similar to to camping. But damn, it gets hot or very cold. Just depends on the season. During the hunting season, it varies. It goes from very hot to very cold sometimes, and but I love it when it's actually cold. That way, I can sit in front of the fire and not be cooped up in a building. Um, So to reiterate, there's all kinds of things that you could do to make sure that you have the total cost of your blades. And again, wherever you are, wherever you live, make sure that you get the cost of the shipping from where you're at. I know some people tend to kind of omit that cost when they see the price of their parts, but then when they get to the checkout, they're kind of shocked because the shipping adds to it. And just know that wherever you live and where you are, that the shipping cost is always going to be added to that with the tax. Okay, so for those newbies that didn't know that, I hope you enjoy this information and everything like that. And I think I'm going to call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. Go spend some time with the fam. Got to go pick up my daughter from the airport at 11:30 at night. And I will go ahead and I'm going to brand down. And again, I really appreciate and love everybody coming in, hanging out with me tonight. Make sure you like and subscribe to Civilized Savers. Make sure you like and subscribe also to the Mundo channel, Mundo Cabrera 7007 Instagram. And, like Anthony says, force push that like button if you enjoy the content. Also, again, if you miss the Civilized Sabers here and you want to go put some love to the Mundo channel on Instagram, by all means go for it. I want to grow that channel as well. I just haven't been able to do much with it just yet. Eventually, I hope to, because it just keeps my brain just keeps missing the channel on doing stuff on there, and I need to find a spot when I can get on there and do things on the Mundo channel for Civilized Sabers and stuff like that. So we'll see how things go. Uh, maybe we can put some things together or check some wiring and stuff like that out together. I need to speak with Anthony and see what kind of things I can do. So from that point on, guys and girls, Mundo out.
In
Peace.
here, we pour whiskey.